spokeswoman of the Chinese Foreign Ministry. She talked about the progress of US-Russia relations. This statement comes after the Alaska summit, where both Trump and Putin met to talk about the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. This is what Mao Ning, the spokeswoman, had to say on that summit.
去年10月，习近平主席同莫迪总理在喀山成功会晤，为中印关系改善和发展。
Well, thank you for staying with us. First, David K. Johnston. Let's look at these comments from China, talking about positivity on the improving or seemingly improving Russia-US relations. What's your first thoughts on those comments?
Well, China does what it always does through its highly educated and very disciplined leadership. They figure out what's best for China and come up with a position that will advance that. They certainly don't want to have any unnecessary antagonism with the Russian Federation, which means with the modern Tsar, Vladimir Putin. And they certainly also want to diminish the U.S. in any way they can. So the Chinese government, of course, like Putin's government, is not accountable to its people. It's a dictatorship. So what the Chinese have said here doesn't strike me as particularly significant. It's the positions of the European leaders who are concerned that Putin's word is never to be trusted, and their concerns that there are decades of warfare ahead if Putin isn't stopped in Ukraine.
Yes, and as we bring an end to this extended discussion on the Russia-Ukraine conflict ahead of these vital talks taking place in a few hours, Raymond, I'm going to come to you. Can I just get your final thoughts on how you think this will go? Will there be any further developments in relation to a potential ceasefire deal or full-on end to the conflict? Or do you think that the situation will remain the same given those red lines from both Russia and Ukraine?
Well, I think that in Alaska, President Trump has made a huge mistake in dropping the demand for a ceasefire before negotiations or while negotiations are going on. Absent getting a ceasefire, and I doubt that President Trump is going to move in that direction, what can most happen out of this positively is to get a coalition of the willing, which includes Europe and includes Ukraine, and others, and to add to that a willingness at least from the United States to continue to supply the arms and the defense equipment which is needed. My fear is that what's going to happen this afternoon is that Trump is going to see that he's not going to be able to aggrandize his own position, and he's going to try to offload this onto Europe and to Ukraine. But if we can keep the U.S. involved, at least in terms of the munitions side, and in some way in regard to the economic engagement, then there may be something positive. But I do not have high hopes for it.
Well, yes, all eyes are on these talks that are set to take place in a few hours' time. Thank you to Raymond, David and Professor Curtin